We Love Dragons, a program presented by the Magnolia Gardens elders residing on the campus of the Skaalen Retirement Services. And that is their artwork. I want to read from Far Over the Misty Mountains Cold. It's a poem found in J.R.R. Tolkien's The Hobbit. Far over the misty mountains cold, to dungeons deep and caverns old, we must away ere break of day to seek the pale enchanted gold. The dwarves of yore made mighty spells, while hammers fell like ringing bells, in places deep where dark things sleep, in hollow halls beneath the fells. For ancient king and elfish lord, there many a gleaming golden hoard. They shaped and wrought, and light they caught, to hide in James on hilt of sword. On silver necklaces they strung the flowering stars. On crowns they hung the dragon fire in twisted wire. They meshed the light of moon and sun, far over the misty mountains cold, to dungeons deep and caverns old. We must away ere break of day to claim our long-forgotten gold. Goblets they carved there for themselves, and harps of gold where no man dwells. There lay they long, and many a song was sung unheard by men's or elves. The pines were roaring on the height, the winds were moaning in the night. The fire was red, it flaming spread, the trees like torches blazed with light. The bells were ringing in the dale, and men looked up with faces pale. Then dragons' ire, more fierce than fire, laid low their towers and houses frail. The mountains smoked beneath the moon, the dwarves they heard the tramp of doom. They fled their hall to dying fall, beneath his feet, beneath the moon. Far over the misty mountains grim, to dungeons deep and caverns dim, we must away ere break of day, to win our harps and gold from him. Later that night, while Bilbo lay in bed trying to fall asleep, he could still hear Thorin humming in the next room over. Far over the misty mountains cold, to dungeon deep and caverns cold, we must away at break of day to find our long-forgotten gold. It's a great book, The Hobbit. Took J.R. Tolkien 14 years to complete it. He used to tell the tales to his grandchildren, and finally family members said, "Grandpa, why don't you put it down in writing so we always have these stories?" And because it was such a huge success when it was published, he couldn't help but be forced to go on and write The Lord of the Rings. And I want to close with a poem. It's called A Small Dragon. I found a small dragon in the woodshed, think it must have come from deep inside a forest, because it's damp and green and leaves are still reflecting in its eyes. I fed it on many things, tried grass, the roots of stars, hazelnut, and dandelion. But he stared up at me as if to say, "I need foods you can't provide." It made a nest among the coal, not unlike a bird's, but larger. It is out of place here and at most times silent. If you believed in it, I would come hurrying to your house to let you share this wonder, but I want instead to see if you yourself will pass this way. And that's Brian Patton's poem, A Small Dragon. Thank you to WSTO staff, and once again, this was presented by the Magnolia Gardens elders residing on the campus of Skaalen Retirement Services. We hope to see you soon with another one of our art and poetry programs. Thank you.